My name is Nova. I am an American artist born in Transylvania, Romania.
Mai adânc, un pic mai adânc. Așa, mă, curiosule.
Îmi plăcea matematica lui fratele meu. Nu-i prea plăcea. Și în ora de matematică și-a făcut palmieri, și-a făcut, nu știu ce plantă, agățătoare cumva. Și profesoara a strigat.
I always wanted to be living and working in the United States. I had the obligation to escape from Romania to arrive here. And that escape was a very harrowing act. I've been hurt, shot over the border, passing from Romania to Yugoslavia, and obliged to get to the Yugoslavian territory without seeing any person for about 29 days in order to arrive to Trieste, Italy. I chose to be an artist because the art is the human dimension that goes right to the spine, even before reaching the brain. I always believe that the art will reach zones in everybody without passing to the necessity of intellectual debate. That the truth that we need to know over what we are doing now as humans, where we are going from here, could be beautifully expressed by a direct approach of feeling, and that is art. So I chose art just because of that quality of it. It does not address too much the reason as it addressed the instinct. And the communication that I wanted to do with people was very general in aspect. Through my art, I would like to talk to everybody, even with people that are not prepared intellectually to understand the complexity of our time. I felt that I have to find a large territory in which the new art that was in my mind had to take roots into a powerful form, expressive enough to give this art that I was doing the sense of public orientation. When the idea of art came in my mind, I've been thinking of the story of Noah. What did he do? He understood that in that bad moment for humanity, he got to rescue the values of the species for a future that was in trouble. The same thing I had in my concept of an ark. Instead of setting on my ark, bringing on my ark the animals, I want to bring the human values, the classic human values, and carry them as long as is needed over the troubled waters of the humanity today until we arrive to another destination of humanity. The most important intention to achieve at the Ark is to suggest an elegant way to survival for people, to suggest the art that brings humans together, to suggest the unity between things and the new wonderful forms of art that philosophy can bring. In the meantime, the island that is the art project is a laboratory. We are on the territory of the Ark project. It's a large stretch of territory that is dedicated to Sculpture Park. So I installed recently about 3 massive works, with each one with a different sense, a different message. The work that you see here is called The Settlers and represents in 12 sculptural figures, a series of humans somewhere in this world that would like to stake their position on the territory of this planet, the settlers, the men that wants to go in one place and form a family, a village, a place to live. The sculptures that represents these humans, it's made on the basis of the alphabet that I use, that I call the matrix, which is a form resulting from spheres and waves in between them that makes for a common matrix between atoms, between humans, and between stars. As we know the works of cosmos, the cosmos works with very simple means that look to us enormously complicated. But if we look attentively, that simplicity in cosmos gives us a sense of unity between us and the large universe in which we live. I always wanted to express the linkage between the sculpture, the art, and the nature. And at this time, as we step finally in cosmos, I want also to stress the unity between us humans and cosmos. So the matrices here are expressing just that sense of unity, the sense of people existing on land, trying to settle on it, trying to respect it. Suggested here is always ecological. At this time, probably the most important thing in the world that we have to do is to save this planet. This is the second work from the 3 works that I installed in the last 2 years, made in the last 2 years and installed very quickly in about a few weeks. This work, like the others, have the same important sense of the linkage between us and cosmos. It's not an obsession. It's a feeling that is very generalized, a need that I feel that we humans have now to celebrate, to think of it and to express it. Because Once again, even though I have to repeat, the most important thing that we have to do these days is to come back to where we came from, to understand psychologically that the whole salvation of humanity depends on how much we respect the nature and ultimately the cosmos. This work is called the soldiers. The soldiers are like rockets. They are sent from their homes, from their country, into remote places to explode and to confirm the brutality of humanity. This temple of war that I want to suggest here is a construction too much existing in the world that we should not build anymore. Through the symbolic name of soldiers, I want to show people the fact that this is a phenomenon that was with us throughout history, that should be surpassed, that the soldiers are from now a futility in the destiny of humanity. And in this work, I want to suggest as ferociously as possible to people the idea of renouncing to this action. What you see in this art is called integral art. In other words, in this art I would like to put together the glories of all art made in all times. Many people have the feeling of a resemblance between Easter Island and these sculptures here. They are totemic, and indeed they contain elements of archaic but also elements of super modernity. So this is what I like in my art, the idea of a new style, of a style that integrates the values of the past with the values of the future, so that give a very rich present. These totem-like figures talk about a new man, a man that eventually will live in a country without borders, a man of a new generosity, a man that understands the principle of generous option. More and more people today think that the time of the generous option is here. Contemplating these totem-like figures in their new dignity, ready to go into new places in the universe, should give us pause, should give us think on what we should be from now on. It's an image that is like a symbol of what we have to become. The new man, the astro man.
Dear sister, I am trying to accept the idea that my mission on this planet Earth, it is nearing the end. I am not ready for departure yet, but I am astonished of how fast time is passing in the last segment of my life. The climb on life's mountain was long and rough. Time seemed to me so long. But now, when I descend in the valley of the end, all seems so easy and fast. I did big things my entire life. I have worked with faith to leave behind me a trace, a mark with a real value for the other generations. Buddha was convinced that after death, the ones who have worked with abnegation will receive a preferential role in their new life. He believed that we come back after 7 rounds, 7 lives. I would like to believe that he knew something. We both will have the opportunity to find out soon. Meanwhile, you and I, let's make a deal. Promise me that you will see every being or thing in front of your eyes as a miracle. A leaf, a small path in the grass, a sunset, the pillow you sleep on, a closed door behind you when you leave somewhere, the street you walk. All is a universe. Breathe slowly all that was given to us. Breathe sensually. Let all the earth's reaches enter in your consciousness like a long divine feast. Promise me this. I am doing the same here each and every moment. Your brother.
Cântă cu lemn uscat, mă,